Hello, Stitchy friends! I'm back with the promised haul video, and Tarkin is here to help. Tarkin! He's being rude again. You know, he is a moth, so that comes with the territory. So, Tarkin! Hey! Psst. Nope. No. But he's still cute. Anyway, I've set up a little dual lighting situation here. We have natural light from the window that will help me not look horrible, but I also have some other light here so that when I hold things up, you'll still be able to see them, because with the natural light you don't see them too well. So we're going both ways. Anyway, this is the haul video because 6 months have gone by and I've acquired way too much stuff. Now here's my philosophy on stash acquisitions. I did not join Stitch from Stash, even though maybe I should have, because I spend far too much, as many of us do. But my thing is, if something comes along that I'm not likely to see again, I want to be able to buy it, because my taste is very particular. So that sounded arrogant and elitist. I don't want to sound arrogant and elitist. It's just like we all have the stuff that we want to stitch, right? And so, and I seem to like to stitch stuff that isn't as popular as the others. Okay, I'm a hipster. I'm sorry. I don't know, but I want to be able. I'm also a garage sailor. I want to be able to get stuff when I see it. To get that deal when I see it. And so I can't do Stitch from Stash, because what if, as happened during this time, what if something comes along that I've never seen before, being sold on Stash Unload, and I haven't seen since, you know? So that's why I don't do Stitch from Stash. But I'm getting to the point where I have most of the stuff. I have way, you know, what was it? What's the acronym? Stash acquisition exceeds life expectancy. Yeah. So I've kind of reached that point, and so unless I see something phenomenal that I know I'm going to want to stitch more than, 90% of my stash, then I might buy it. But, I always say to myself, do you want to stitch that more than, more than Kingdom of Books? More, which I don't have, by the way. I need to get that, but that's my number one dream stitch, is Kingdom of Books. Maybe you can see why. And so, do you want to stitch it more than Kingdom of Books? Do you want to stitch it more than the Half Dome piece, which is important to me because I hiked up the back of Half Dome? Do you want to stitch it more than, what else? I don't know, a Mirabilia someday? Do you want to stitch it more than the two, what are they called? Butternut Road? Is that what it is? Lavender and Lace, that's what it is. Do you want to stitch it more than the Lavender and Lace patterns you already have in your stash? Do you want to stitch it more than all the Celtic stuff you have in your stash? And more than all of the children's book stuff you have in your stash? If the answer is yes, I want to stitch it more than all those things, I must have it, then I'll buy it. But if the answer is no, I can live without it, then don't. That's my philosophy on stash acquisition. So, and as I was going through all the stuff that I've acquired, I separated into a couple of piles, because I didn't want to just show you the stuff that everybody has. I want to show you stuff that's different, or that's important to me, or stuff like that. So anyway, this, as I said, is a haul video. If you're not interested in haul, if you don't want to be enabled, then you might not want to watch it. Or you might want to because you love me. No, just kidding. Please like and comment and subscribe and all that stuff. I love watching other people's haul videos. I love seeing new things I haven't seen before, so that's why I'm doing this. Also because my last video was a bit of a downer, and so I thought, let's do something more fun, right? So I'm also, before I start, I'm going to show you my nails, because you're going to be seeing my nails flashing back and forth and go, what the heck is that? So I'm going to show you maybe, if the lighting will cooperate. No, it won't. The lighting's not going to cooperate. Man! Closer? No, closer doesn't help, really. Come on, adjust, camera. That's Wonder Woman. These are Jamberry nail wraps. Find yourself a consultant if you're interested. They don't just have weird things like this, they have regular stuff too that's just one color. But love the Wonder Woman movie, so I had to get the... Oh, there! See, you can see that better. There she is. Wait. Right side up. There she is. And so, you know, I normally don't go in for these party things, but these are, they work. They last for 2 weeks without chipping. So, and they have Wonder Woman. So there you go. That's what you're going to be seeing going back and forth. All right. So let's get started. I have, I'm going to start with some things that are grouped together, and then go on to some things that aren't, and then I'm going to do the magazines at the end. And don't worry, I'm not going to flip through an entire magazine. I've just marked a few things that I found interesting, that are different, that are fun in different ways. So, firstly, I've discovered Marjolaine Bastin. I have no idea if that's how you say her name. No clue. But she does these watercolor nature things that I absolutely adore. So I discovered these, and I don't know why they're so scarce, if it's because people just want to keep them, or if they're, you know, they're made at the USA. So I have no idea. But I got this one. The trouble is remembering which ones you have, because they're all very similar. They're all, you know, birds and flowers and things. And this one is the 4 Seasons, and on the back it shows a bunch of her other stuff. I would love to get the bird one or the wildflower one, or this is the spring one. And I've only seen spring. I don't know if there's a summer and a winter and a fall or not, but I don't have those. But this one, I don't know if these things are taken from the other ones, but this is the whole 4 Seasons. You've got, let me see if I can do this backwards. Is it listed there? What does it say? No, that just has her name on it. But it looks to me like it's, yeah, it is, because these are bulbs. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. There. Yeah. Okay. And then, and all of this is stash and load pretty much. I'll tell you if it's not. Then I got, there's what do you call it? A kit. Oh, I should take this off. A kit with the lovely birdies. And I love birds, you know, because I'm Lark. So I like things with the birds on them. And then this one, and this is one of those things where I've only seen it once. Never seen it in a store, never seen it on Stash and Load before or since. Seasonal bouquets. She does like her seasons. This is the spring one on the front. So we've got spring on the front with the eggs again. And then you got I think this is winter and this is summer. There's winter has no, it has pine branches, so I think it's winter. But then it also has Pussy Willow. Is Pussy Willow a winter thing? I don't know. And apples. So anyway, I think that's supposed to be winter, and this one is supposed to be summer with the birds and the poppies, and then on the back is the fall one, which I think is very cute with the mushrooms, like that. Okay, that's all the Marjolaine Baston I got. More comes up. I don't know if I'll get it or not. Because, like I said, stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. So, okay, these ones are just here to inform you that I have a thing for rocking horses and carousel horses, and I don't know why, and it's a problem. I don't know. I have rocking horses on my Christmas tree. The really weird part is I don't like horses. When all the other little girls were drawing horses, I was drawing cats. So, you know, every little girl is supposed to like horses and be obsessed with horses and read the Black Stallion, and I didn't. But I like carousel horses. Makes no sense. So, here we have Teresa Winsler's Diamond. And this one is cool because this is Carousel Horses 6 antique carvings. So there's like, these are based on, I love stuff like this, that's based on actual stuff in real life. These are based on actual carved carousel horses in real life. And here's the other ones. And then this one is called, this is really old. How old is this? I can't find a date. Oh, there it is, 83. So, this is called the Carousel. Well, it's called the Carousel and Two Other Early Morning Daydreams, which is cool. You know, so there's a little girl swinging up there. Then there's the carousel, and then there's a treehouse. All of which I think are very cool. So, and then we have another carousel, and this guy here, this rabbit, has also been in one of the magazines. I don't know which one it was, I'm sorry. But this one is awesome because it's not just horses. You got your tiger and your lion and your giraffe and your rabbit and your deer, which are really awesome. Okay. That's my weird addiction. I'm not gonna call it a fetish. That's weird. It's not. Anyway. Okay, so children's books, because children's book editor, children's specialist at the library. So, Mother Goose, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Rain, Rain, Go Away. Love that. I love these. Who is this? These illustrations. I can't remember who did these illustrations. I feel terrible. Blanche Fisher Wright. There we go. That's her name. Blanche Fisher Wright did these gorgeous illustrations in the original Mother Goose, and the original book had this black and white checkered pattern on it. So, love these. I wish I was tempted to buy more of them because Brian Creefel had more of them on Stash and Load, but I was trying to be good and not buy too much, and also some other people got to some of them before I did. So those are the two I got, and they'll look very nice next to each other, I think. Then we have, this is something, this is by the same person who did that carousel with the treehouse and everything, by Gina, whoever that is. What is her name? It doesn't say anywhere what her full name is. Gina P. Bettis. She has some cool things. This is Child of Wonder. And so it has a number of really cool little, like, fairy fantasy Nomi kind of things. If you look on the back here, we've got the fairy and is it a unicorn or just a horse? It's a unicorn and a little mushroom dude. and the ladybug gnomes and a little bee fairy and more fairies, and yeah. And let's see. Any more pictures inside? No, there aren't. This is so cute. Whoever did this. I wonder if they actually stitched this or if they gave this to their kid to color. Because, look. Isn't that neat? Anyway, I thought they were very cute. And I finally got this. Did I show you this already? I might have. I'm just so excited about it because it has the Oz patterns, and it has Alice in Wonderland, and it has, who else? It has some Kate Greenaway stuff, and yeah. So that's very exciting. And this is a Mother Goose Treasury. Is it? It's not the Blanche Fisher Wright illustrations. It's just somebody else's illustrations. It's a leisure arts thing. It's got Mother Goose, 3 little kittens, 3 blind mice, you know, all the different nursery rhymes. And then we get into the Beatrix Potter stuff I found. I love Beatrix Potter. When I was a little kid, I read the little green books. I would get another one from the library or another 3 from the library every week and read them, and I loved them so much. Beatrix Potter is one of my heroes. She's an artist and a writer and a naturalist and a scientist, and if you look into her, she's an amazing person. So anyway, and these there are a lot of different Beatrix Potter cross stitch out there. And some of them like overlap, I think, with they're actually the same patterns that they've used again. They're just using them in a different way. So I'm trying to keep track of which ones I have. Storybook Sampler, which has Peter Rabbit and Jemima Puddle Duck and Squirrel Nutkin and Tom Kitten. And I can't remember who that is. I'm sorry. And I can't remember her name either. But there they are. And Peter Rabbit ABCs, which will be wonderful for baby patterns for someday, 20 years from now when I'm a grandmother. This is just called Beatrix Potter Spring, and it has a whole bunch of stuff. It has Peter Rabbit and Jemima Puddle Duck and just a whole bunch of stuff. And then there's the Beatrix Potter growth chart because, you know, I don't have enough of the stuff. So, but of course these could also, you know, you could rearrange them and do something else with them. And these are neat because these ones are different from, these ones are based on actual illustrations. And these are too, but these ones they've given each of the characters a book. I don't know if you see that, but they've given each of them a book that they are in. So Benjamin Bunny, Jeremy Fisher, she's holding Tiggy Winkle, Peter Rabbit, Jemima Puddle Duck, Flopsy Bunnies, and Tom Kitten. And then this is a kit that I found on Stash Unload. Very nice. And then, not the biggest, this is the second biggest find that I've had. Because I didn't know it existed. I love Winnie the Pooh. I do not like Disney Pooh. I mean, I like the Disney movies, especially the first one that's actually taken from the books. Love that. But the later movies don't have the same charm and writing style as the books. And the, I don't know, the artistry of the characters is just different. I would rather have the classic Ernest Shepard illustrations because I'm snobby like that. So I didn't think there were any cross-stitch patterns based on the Ernest Shepard illustrations until somebody put this on Stash Unload. The Winnie the Pooh alphabet. So there they are. Eeyore, Tigger, Pooh, Owl, Kangaroo, Piglet, everybody. So very excited about it. And it's a kit too, so it has all the stuff. So very excited about that. So that's all the children's book theme stuff. Now we go into the random stuff. This was the biggest find. Very excited about this because I had seen this on Garrett's very first FlossTube video. Garrett, who is Coffee Stitcher, his very first FlossTube video, and he was the person who got me into FlossTube because of Oz, and I love Oz, and this is what he was doing in that very first FlossTube video, Emerald City. So somebody had this on Stash and Load with all the materials, and they had started it but decided they were never going to finish it. So I get to finish it. So, or I could start it over again if I choose. But anyway, I have the Emerald City. Yeah, okay. And the same person also had this castle, which is lovely. Right on the water there. It's very pretty. And then, why did I keep these in here? I don't know. You've all seen these before. This is Skeleton Crew. Very cool. This is, what is this called? The Halloween Birthday, which I got for specific reasons. Tracy knows the reasons. Yes. This one, my son is, as well as being in theater, he is also an aspiring wildlife ecologist. That's what he wants to be. And he especially wants to go to Madagascar and study lemurs. So this is Barbara Anna's Lemurtine tree. I don't know why she chose lemurs for a Valentine pattern, but she did. So there's the little lemurs. For my son, I will probably take the hearts out. I don't know if I'll replace them with something or just leave them out, but I thought it was very cute. A bunch of lemurs. He'll love that. And then, where is it? This one is also lemurs. This one is Wild and Weird by Mary Ellen Yanich, Jeanette Cruz Designs. And this little bit right here has 3. Well, I don't think they're technically lemur. This one's a lemur right here. That's a ruffed lemur. But these ones are eyes and other like tiny things related to lemurs. I don't know all the names. My son does. So I'm going to make him some of those. And he loves animals in general, so I might make some of these others. The hippo and the walrus are nice. I like those. Oh, and this guy. What is he? An agouti, I think? I don't know. Oh, I'm wrong. It's not a rough lemur. It says on the back it's an Indri lemur. Okay. This I got because it's not Beatrix Potter, but it looks like Beatrix Potter. I Need a Little Love from Leisure Arts. A little mouse stitching, which is very nice. This is Stamps That Are Truly a Treasure to Own by Masterpiece Publications. This is super old. Okay, this is what the front looks like, but that's not why I bought it. I bought it for what's on the back. The Zeppelins. The butterflies are nice too, but I thought those Zeppelins are pretty cool. So it's very rare to find something that, you know, is truly, you could truly do as a masculine thing, you know, or just a steampunky thing. Cool Zeppelins. Okay. I had gotten, who is it? I can't remember now. There's a Map of Allspice. Sister-in-law is from Australia. There is a design that has the outline of Australia and then a bunch of animals in it, which I had bought that I was going to do for her. Then I saw this, and I thought this is way better. So I'm going to do, this is Map of Australia by Couchman Creations. designed in Australia, and it's cool because it has some of the indigenous person there on there, as well as the kangaroos and the koalas and everything. I just thought that's very nice. So I'll be doing that for her someday. I said, oh dear. This is another, there's like things I generally don't like, and then one will come along and I go, oh, I like that. I have no idea why. That's how I am with Soda Stitch. Don't like the Soda Stitch stuff. He's too cutesy, except for Bun Bears, or Sweet Bun. I don't know what the actual title is because I've heard Adele call it Bum Bears. So I think it's Bum Bears. Anyway, I like that one. I don't know why. So, landscape and house stitches. Don't like them generally. You know, those little, the covered bridges and the Thomas Kincaid stuff and the cottages, English cottages, all that stuff. Don't like it. Except for this one. I like this one. The Old Millinery Shop. I think it has something to do with the perspective and the cobblestone street and just that it's different from the other ones, you know, and just the walking down a lane kind of thing. I don't know. I saw it and I had to have it. It was really, no, what happened was I saw it once and I said, oh, I really like that, but I just can't buy it right now. I just shouldn't. I won't. And it kept bugging me. And so, and I kept thinking, I wish I had gotten that. So when it came up again, I did buy it. This is another one of those things that is not Beatrix Potter, but reminds me of Beatrix Potter. And it's another one of those things I've never seen again or before or since. Merry Christmas Musicians, Linda Gordaner Jerry. I can't tell if that's a J or a T. Jerry. Linda Gordaner Jerry by the Scarlet Thread. Merry Christmas Musicians. So each one is a different animal with instruments, as you can see. We got a squirrel and a goose and a pig and a fox. And is that a cat with a fiddle? Yes, it is. It's a cat with a fiddle right there. You'd think that I was into children's books or something. Okay. And once again, along the same lines, I usually don't like the crossed wing collections little bird things, even though I'm a bird and I'm lark, but I don't know, I'm not into all that. But this one is different. This one is really cool, and it's a lot bigger than I thought. This thing is huge. Okay, here it is. What do they call it? The fifth day, which refers to the book of Genesis. Birds were created on the fifth day. And so, and again, never seen it before or since. And so it has all these different birds. Does it have a verse in the middle? It does, but you can't read it. And on the fifth day, the skies were filled with birds of every kind, it says. And I really like, down here you've got eggs and a nest. And you've got, they didn't include any of the flightless birds, but you've got all different kinds. You've got puffins and seabirds, and you can't see. So, and parrots and songbirds and peregrine falcons and hawks and just all, there's an owl. I just love it. I love it. Because they're all different. So many different kinds of birds. And like I said, this thing is huge. If you unfold the, you see the thickness there? It's not just a leaflet. It's like a big folded up piece of paper, and the piece of paper is like just humongous. It's a huge folded up piece of paper. So, but again, someday. Whoa, what's going on? My computer's trying to turn on the screensaver. Another thing I love is Art Nouveau. I think I showed you La Tosca before. I found another one. This is Amethyst of the what's his name? Mucha. I wonder how you really pronounce it, because it looks like Mucha, but that just sounds weird. I don't know. Anyway, isn't that gorgeous? And why in the world is it called amethyst when it's red? I don't know. That's not a problem with the lighting. It's actually on the picture. It's red. Now let me see what the colors are. The colors. I think when I looked up the colors, they were actually, I can't tell from this. When I looked up the colors, they were actually more pinks and purples. But for some reason, the picture is red, even though it's called amethyst. I don't know. We'll see. Someday I'll stitch it and we'll find out. And I want to get the other ones. There's like a bunch of these. There's a ruby. There may be an emerald. I'm not sure. But the Ross Originals. Wish I knew where to find them. Because I think, aren't they? Yeah, they're Australian. So I'm going to have to go search on some like Australian cross-stitch sites or something to see if I can find more of these. Okay, we're at half an hour. Can you hold out? Can you hold out? You doing okay? Get a drink, get your stitching. Okay. This one I'm showing you because I thought that it's really cool because it's blessings from the Old Testament, which means you could use it as a Christian or as a Jewish person. So it's really neat. And it's the kind of verse you don't usually see like on all the Christian verse things. It says, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe." And that's a big thing in the Jewish tradition, King of the universe, which is just awesome. Who has withheld nothing from your world and has created therein beautiful creatures and goodly trees for the enjoyment of mankind. Is that awesome or what? And then, as if that weren't enough, this is Blessings, designed by Nancy Rossi, produced by Cooler Design Studio. As if that weren't enough, there's another one on the back. And this one is usually often referred to as Aaron's blessing. It's the Lord bless thee and keep thee, the Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee, the Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And you got some doves and some oranges and some blueberries there. Isn't that pretty? Such a fall pattern. And this one with the grapevines. And see, those are very, I don't want to say Jewish, Middle Eastern, Israel type things. The vines, you'll have vineyards in Israel. And then well, I don't know about the blueberries, but orange trees, certainly, you'll find in Israel as well. Maybe they're supposed to be olives. No, those aren't olives. Those are blueberries, which are probably not Middle Eastern, but I tried. Okay. I don't know why I love this. I do. Ship of Life. It's really cool. It says, "The great ship of life gliding over the sea of time, bound to the shore of eternity, her anchor cast on the rock of ages." Ship of Life by the Needle Love Company, designed by Renee Nanneman. Good luck finding that. Don't know how old it is, but I think it's beautiful. Okay. Oh, now we come to the funny one. Okay. This, I suggest you skip over this part or turn off the video or something if you don't like vulgar, funny stuff. Okay? Because this is going to get a little vulgar. We were having a conversation in a certain forum on Facebook about stitchy patterns that look like things until you finish them. And, you know, stuff. They look phallic. And so, I said, I saw this one pattern on Stash Unload that is called Bees Buzzing. And when I looked at it, the first thing I thought was not bees. They have since revised this pattern to be a different color. Yeah. Not bees. Sorry, Shepherd's Bush. Thank you for revising it. They've made it yellow, which makes... Anyway, that's enough. Okay. I had to have it because of that conversation and because it's funny, and I don't know if I'll be able to stitch it. That would be weird. But I want to because it's funny. Okay. Now we come to magazines. We're getting there almost done. Which one did I want to show you in this one? I think it was this one. Yes. So this is the Just Cross Stitch Annual Halloween issue from a year, 2012. And it has both these elegant pumpkins, which I think are very nice because they're very different from the other pumpkins you see. They're black and white and cool. It also has this Halloween banner sampler, and I love this because it's so versatile. You can take that ghost out of the middle and put any letters you want and have it say anything you want, or, you know, and you've got the cute little bat hanging upside down there, and the cat grinning at you, and the jack-o'-lanterns and the cobwebs. I always love when there's cobwebs. They just look so cool. So, love that. This one, I love this because it looks like Kingdom of Books, but it's not Kingdom of Books. I don't think it's by the same person. I also love snow globes. This is Crazy for Cross Stitch, January 2002. And there's a better picture here of Santa snow globe. And then the little village down below, which I thought looked a lot like Kingdom of Books, and just, I really like that. So, this is Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 91. And I did not know, now we're getting into the stuff I got at the thrift store. So what I do, and I did this yesterday as well, some of these are from yesterday and some of them are from long before that. But I go to the thrift store, and if I'm lucky, like I was yesterday, they will have a pile. Well, it won't be in a pile. They'll be scattered among all these quilting magazines and some scrapbooking magazines, but mostly quilting and sewing magazines. And mixed into them will be a bunch of cross-stitch magazines. So I find all the cross-stitch magazines, and then I go and sit in the furniture section of the thrift store and page through them to see which ones I want. So I found this one, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 91. And it has a companion piece in the January, February 90, which, that's weird. That's like a year later. From January, February of 1990 to September, October of 91. That's like 10 months later. Usually they have matching things, you know, one after the other. Strange. Anyway, this is the, what do they call it? Illuminated manuscript. So I guess it's not a tapestry. I called it a tapestry. It's not. It's an illuminated manuscript. But it's awesome! And here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. And what does that say? Well, it's something in Latin. I have no idea what that says. Cantantibus organus caecilia domina, I know domina, decantabat dices tiat carmu immaculatu. No clue what that means. Oh, wait. It says here in the little description, as the instruments were playing, Cecilia sang to the Lord and said, "Let my heart be pure." That's what it means in Latin. Now, see, they have this one. Then they have this one that goes with it. And this one says, I saw her when fair as a dove, she winged her flight above the rivers of the waters. Isn't that nice? There's a castle. And then, is she stitching? She's either stitching or painting. And look at these guys down here. There's bunnies and a dog and this dude with his horn right there. And there's other animals up here. It's just gorgeous. Who did this? Barbara Ann Richter. Oh! I saw her name in something else I was looking at yesterday. Huh. Imagine that. So, but then see what you can do. You have this one and this one. But then if you take just the middle part, you can put them together like that. Why is there a big black spot in the middle? Oh, that's on the actual page. It's not my lighting. There's actually a shadow on the photo in the magazine. So you can put them together like that. So if you were interested in those, that's Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 91, and January, February 90. And that looks like this. It has these bunnies on the cover, if you want to find those. What else is in this one? Oh, that. Yeah, okay, that doesn't matter. So, this one is really cool. Stitcher's World, which I think is probably a British publication. No. Yes? Maybe. This is May 2004 Stitcher's World. And this has this really cool seashore. Let's see. Oh, no. That's the pattern. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? Love that. It also has some Celtic dragons, which I'm going to try to show you without showing the pattern. There. Celtic box and some Celtic dragons. Aren't those nice? Well, we all know I love Celtic and dragon-y things. So, there's also a cottage and this goldfish thing, which is really pretty too, but I'll probably never do it because it's full coverage and I don't know what I would do with it. There's just other things I'd rather stitch. But it is gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's Stitcher's World, May 2004. Another Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. This is July, August 89. And I just love this. This is so cute. I wish I had had this when I was having babies. I am far past having babies. And I'm not seeing the designer name for this, which is terrible, actually. What? Why is there no designer name? Maybe it's on the pattern. Anyway, this they call Waterborne Lullaby. I call it Duck Lullaby because there's ducks. And the duck is Lord. But anyway. So there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's kind of Moses-y. You've got the baby in the basket and the cattails and the ducks. And oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. It's just so, there. It's just so beautiful. There, move it forward and not myself. Sang the ducks a nursery song, sang a lullaby all day long. It's just so pretty. Okay. This is Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 1988. It looks like this, and it has this herbs and spices pattern in it, which I absolutely love. Don't you want that hanging in your kitchen? I do. I think that's really cool. It's got cinnamon, cloves, chives, garlic, red pepper, tarragon, mustard, vanilla, ginger, thyme, saffron, basil, rosemary, and oregano. I think that's cool. Okay. Nope, nope. There is another. Is this? Or is this the pile I rejected? Nope, this is another pile. Sorry, we're not done. 45 minutes! Okay, we're gonna do this in an hour. This one, oh yes, this is one I got yesterday. This is just cross stitch, and it has no date on it. That's terrible. There it is, March, April 94. But it's not on the cover, so that doesn't really help you. This is what the cover looks like if you're looking for it on Stash Unload. Okay, teacups and a little fruity thing. Okay, now, but you will not be looking for it, I am guessing, for this, because this is the creepiest thing I have ever seen. You ready? If you don't like clowns, look away. Okay? If you don't like fish, look away. Yeah. Somebody made fish into clowns. What is that? You're gonna put that on your child's crib? Creepy. I'm sorry, Robin Richards, who designed this. I'm sorry. I think it's creepy. No. Whole lot of nope on that one. This is why I got the magazine. It has this lovely, what do they call it? Wildflowers of North America thing. And that is just gorgeous. I mean, not just, I mean, there's lots of floral patterns out there, right? There's tons of different floral patterns. Why do I love this one? Because it's like, they're all coming into the middle from the outside. They're all, I don't know, flowers I can recognize. They're all different. I don't know, this one just, I love it. It's got lilies, which I have in my garden outside. It has iris, which I have in my garden outside. It has poppies. It has jasmine. It has other fuchsia. It's just daisies. It's wonderful. So that's why I bought it. And, you know, at 50 cents a pop, you can't go wrong, right? So thrift stores, it's a thing. And then you find things like this, okay? This is probably the oldest thing I've ever found at the thrift store. This is volume 10. Where's the date? 1984. This is McCall's Creative Crafts Cross Stitch Bazaar. Okay, this is what it looks like. And of course it has all these lovely flowers and herbs in it. But it's also, this is a whole magazine. It's not a leaflet. It's like, and what's neat is it's not like your other magazines. This is, I don't know if this is just how it was in the olden days, or if this is a special thing. There's no advertising in this. It's like a magazine, but it's not. Well, there's one advertisement on the back cover there. But it's all patterns, which is unheard of, right, today? So I don't know. Oh, is that a No, that's not an advertisement. So I don't know if this was something, but see, there's an advertisement inside the front cover. So I don't know if this was sold as a magazine or as a craft booklet or what. But who cares, right? Nobody cares. Okay. But it has these really cool things in it. Again, nests. I have a thing about nests. So here's, isn't that pretty? Those flowers in that nest there. And then this one has poppies and wheat. And these are also supposed to be seasonal. This is spring and summer. I love those. And then there's a fall and a winter. The fall with the mushrooms and berries. And then the winter has a chickadee and, I don't know, a vine. The winter one is kind of boring, really. But aren't those pretty? Okay, so those are in there. And what's this? Oh, and then I had just watched Emily's Floss Tube. Is it the most recent one? I don't know if it's the most recent one, but she's doing this huge Dutch sampler thing, right? And I thought, oh, you know, that's really cool. I'm not really into samplers, but it's really cool that she's doing that, and it's this really old, really cool looking thing. So, and then I was paging through this, and lo and behold, Antique Dutch Sampler. Now, I don't think it's the same one, but it's really similar. It's like, it's got those yellows and browns. I don't think it's as big as the one that she's doing, but it's a really similar thing. So I just thought I'd show that for her. Who's Emily? Emily is, no, it's not eccentric. That's somebody else. What is her floss tube name? My mind's been blank. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's the Dutch sampler that's also in here. But see, then what's weird is the patterns. Holy cow, you guys. There's also a gnome growth chart. Let me see if I can find this, because I just think it's funny. Where's the gnome? There's a bunch of other things. There's a bunch of little berries and floral things, and yeah. So if you like floral things and berries, and there's also a thing inspired by the tiles of Spain, which is cool because you don't often see stuff like that. But then here's the gnome growth chart, because everybody in the 80s loved gnomes. Isn't that cute? The sunflower at the top. So that's a cool little thing if you ever see it. What was I gonna say? Oh, the patterns. The patterns, you guys. I'm gonna show it because there's no way you're gonna be able to read it, because look how tiny that is. These are they are so freaking tiny. I think there's some of them I'm not going to be able to make out. I don't know. The ones that I want to do, I'm going to copy a working copy and blow it up bigger, and then hopefully I'll be able to read it. But where's that Dutch pattern? Because that was the smallest one. Where is it? I mean, these are just ridiculously tiny. It's... Where is it? Here it is. Look at this. How are you going to read that? I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway. I mean... Not so. Okay, moving on. This is Cross Stitching Country Crafts, July, August, 91. And I got this because it has this lovely tree pattern in it. Isn't that cool? So if you like And a Forest Grew, but you don't have that much time, then you could do this one. This is, And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth His fruit in his season. Psalm 1:3. Oh, and see the seasons? So you got the spring tree up here, the summer tree over here, no, that's the winter tree. Oh. Don't listen to me, people. I don't know what I'm doing. This is spring, summer, fall, because the apples are on the tree. Fall and winter. Okay, in the corners there. Let me see that. Let me get out of the light, then you can see it. And it has all these different trees on it. And does it say what they are? What it said. Let me see. Where's the actual pattern? Now I can't find the pattern, so I don't know if it tells you what the different... I thought it told you. No, I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. But you've got a redwood and a cypress and an oak and a pine, and I don't know. They're really cool. So, and what's the other thing? Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. Cross Stitching Country Crafts, July, August 92. The reason I have these is because I was looking on Stash Unload for some different Cross Stitching Country Crafts. What I'm looking for is the ones that have the Bible verse patterns in them that are, just calligraphy. And I wrote down, after watching one of Nell's Little Yellow House Crafts, I was watching one of her videos where she had a bunch of these magazines, and she showed us these calligraphy patterns with the Bible verses for Christmas. They were Christmas verses, one from Isaiah, I think, and one from Luke. And I thought I wrote it down right, and I've looked back, but the thing is, because there's Christmas issues, and there's December issues, and then there's the Christmas in July issues, I'm not sure which ones I'm looking for. So if you know which issue it is, like you actually have it in your hand, that has those calligraphy Bible verses for Christmas in them, please put it in the comments, because I've been looking for these for a year now and haven't been able to find them. So that's why I bought these, because they were only $1, and I thought maybe they had that pattern in them. They didn't. But I got other stuff, so it's good. It's all good. This one has a very classic English pig. Oh, he's a very, very classy pig. I would actually not mind getting these other two issues to get the cow and the sheep, because they're pretty smug and fancy. I don't know. They're fun. So, and then this one, again, I usually don't like samplers, but these sunflowers are pretty cool. They remind me of Van Gogh. Isn't that neat? Be thankful. I like that it's not just sunflowers. They've also got some little blue flowers in there, and the little pot that they're in. They're just nice. They're very well done. Okay. This one was a great find for me, loving children's books. This is again a very old one, classic cross stitch. Well, it's not that old. Classic cross stitch, a needle arts collection by Hirschner's, February-March 1989. There it is, and you can see on the cover there. That's why I bought it. That's little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. And there's a little spider coming down, you might say, beside her. Yeah, but she's not running away yet. She's just sitting there looking at the spider in anticipation of somebody should do an artwork of, or a pattern of Little Miss Muffet in the moment of fear, with the on her face. Yeah, screenshot that. That'll be fun. Yeah, okay. But that would be a much more interesting pattern, don't you think? Yeah, it's very cute. Actually, I thought it was Alice in Wonderland at first, because it looks very Alice, but it's not. Okay, almost done. No, 59 minutes. Oh, I'm not going to do this in an hour, but it'll be just over an hour. Okay, this one is fun. Better Homes and Gardens, Cross Stitch, Christmas 1991. You got your scrunchies? You got your Rick Astley? Okay, that's what's in here. Rick Astley's in here. No. This is a cool... Oh, I forgot to go through those. Peace and Joy. I don't know why it says Peace and Joy, because it only has peace on it. Oh, Peace and Joy come to you. Okay, yeah. But it has peace with a white horse. Looks very Swedish, I thought. You know, like those Dala things. The little red and white horses that you have in Sweden. Sorry, my cat is snoring. It's really cute. He's so cute. Anyway, that's a very cute Christmas pattern. There's a... this is a fat magazine. There's a whole bunch of Christmas patterns in here. Just going to show you the ones I like. This is in another magazine and another leaflet, and this is all over the place. Old World St. Nicholas. Again, anything with animals. I'm a sucker for animals. Look at the hedgehog. Look at the squirrel. Okay. Yep. And then... yes. And then the, I like these because they're music. Look at that. It's Gloria, Rejoice, and... What's the other one? Gloria, Rejoice, and Behold! On these little music staffs. So those are cool. Very nice. Would be a very nice present for a music teacher. But those are cute. And then for those of you who, like me, prefer to have nativity than Santa in your Christmas patterns, this is a very nice nativity, or just like, it's not even really nativity, it's just Mary and Joseph and the baby and the star. The star's over there. This is very hard to do. There. And of course, they're stupidly white, but, you know, you can fix that. That's the joy of cross stitch. You can make them look Middle Eastern if you want, as they should be. So, that's neat. It's called What Child Is This? By somebody, it doesn't say. These old magazines, sometimes they like don't give the name of the designer. It's really weird. Ooh, I just broke my magazine. Oops. Okay. This one's... Let's do this differently. I'm going to do that one last because I want to talk about it. This one is another Christmas. Oh, but let's put that one down. Never mind. We're doing cross stitch and needlework. October 1997 has this really cool haunted house. What would you call this? It's a wall hanging sampler thing. There. I thought that was pretty neat. I thought the haunted house and the tree were pretty cool. Can't go wrong for 50 cents, right? So, and then it also has these two, which has this scarecrow over here, which is not quite an Oz scarecrow. He's wearing the wrong hat, but I think I may be able to adjust it to be an Oz scarecrow, which would be awesome. And then across the way, we have this, which is very cool. I like the design there. I like the cats and the bat and the cobwebs. Again, me with my cats, bats, and cobwebs. That's what I like, right? So that's a cool one. And then there's just this neat little acorn border. So that's Cross Stitch and Needlework, October 97. And it looks like this. Stitcher's World. This is one of those ones that Stitcher's World, March 2004. There's absolutely nothing in here that I like except one pattern. But I decided that one pattern was worth $1 because it's so neat. It is Luna moth. Isn't that cool? And I think it has beads and stuff on it too. That is just so awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Had to have it. So that is Sandra Paradise. There's a name. Huh? Awesome. Okay. Then we have Just Cross Stitch November, December 1994. And it has 3 sets of ornaments is what they've done here. They have a set of these Santas, and then there's a set of these words, and then there's a set of these little, like almost stained glass looking ornaments. So, well, they're not all words. There's this dude here. I don't know, but you've got the angel and Bethlehem. I'll show you here. See, here's the 3 different sets. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. These are the ones that I like. It's such a dark picture there. It's a little better. I like the Bethlehem one and the 3 kings and the star. You know, and there's baby Jesus. Those are very cool. And then over here you can see there's the Santa set and this other set. So if you like any of those, you want to get the Just Cross Stitch November, December 94 issue. But the other cool thing that's in here that they don't even mention on the cover is this. Oh, this is Barbara Ann Richter. There you go. She did the those medieval illuminated manuscripts. She also did this. This is a Jewish, I don't know if you'd call it a sampler. It's a Jewish pattern with the word, oh, what's the word? Mizrach. Mizrach, which I guess this is something, it's the Hebrew letters, but look at all that, can you see that? All the stitching around the words. It's like a prayer rug from the Middle East. And she actually, there's a whole article here about it. She put in all of these details from, you know, from, what would you call it? Persian. Persian says, design motifs reminiscent of a Persian illuminated manuscript. And then there's even a little glossary of Jewish terms here. But isn't that neat? I love that. So if you're Jewish and not Christian, there's something in this one for you. And it's, which, wow, that sounded really tokenist, but it's cool. I just think that's really awesome. So, there it is. And going along with that, so that again was this issue. You wouldn't know from the cover that it had anything Jewish in it, but it does. And then going along with that, this issue, this is the Cross Stitcher. This is the last one. Thank you for holding in this long. An hour and 8 minutes. The Cross Stitcher, December 1994. Okay. And it has this medieval lady playing her lute. But that's not why I got it. I got it because it has this really cool thing. Take the Post-it off. What does it say? May the earth rest lightly on you. What does it say? Say Mediterranean? Yeah, Mediterranean sampler. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I just thought, and again, this is one of those things where they actually did research, and this is actually taken from really old stuff. Very cool. It says, there's a whole little article there. There's all this stuff about the 13th to 15th century. Trade networks from the 14th century onwards wound their way from the Mediterranean countries into Europe and England. blah, blah, blah. The portraits from the late 15th century wealthy Spanish, Germans, and Italians were wearing clothing ornamented by Arabic-style double-running designs. So the first border of this sampler is from an Italian 15th century lacework design. I'll try to read while you see it there. Let's see. Okay. The fourth border is from an Italian 16th century woodcut. The fifth border is from an Egyptian textile fragment from about 1200. Wow. Which incorporated drawn thread work as well. The seventh border is a 13th century Egyptian fragment of linen embroidered with silk and owned by the Textile Museum of Washington, D.C. Yeah. The fifth and seventh borders are completely reversible. The following instructions, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. It's really cool, I think. So, I had to get it. Yeah. Diversity and cross stitch. I am for it. Yes. That's it. We did it. Thank you for sticking with me. If you stick with me this long and if you like looking at stuff, I think they're cool. If I ever stitch them all, it'll be a miracle. But I have lots to choose from. So, you know, and when they only cost 50 cents a magazine, that's pretty awesome. So I'm making excuses. Anyway, but I got to show it to y'all, so now you can choose some of them if you like. Thank you so much for watching. Saying them again. I enjoyed talking about it because I don't have anybody to talk to and show these off to, so I show them off to you, and I have fun doing it. Let's take a look at the cat. There's the cat. Isn't he cute? Yeah, this is the pile of stuff I decided not to show you. It's another pile. I'm back. Anyway, say goodnight, Tarkin. Good night, Tarkin. Okay. Go make good art.